The life expectancy of an African American male is somewhere around 70 years, which means I'm definitely on the back nine. This vlog will be a record of my journey to relearn fatherhood on the back nine. This is my creative workstation. It's a small section of my home office. There's also a couch area and my desk, where I do most of my work. I recently decided that my office needed a makeover. I always wanted to have a space dedicated to making music. I wanted a properly treated room with sound isolation for recording. And I wanted a space that was a little more inspiring. My current office has a lot of room, but it's not exactly a creative haven. I wanted a space that highlighted the role music and art have played in my life.
This one will set it to the right down. Usually. This one has a
In order to complete my project, I called upon my friend, Marlon, to help me with the parts I couldn't handle myself. I'm sure when Marlon agreed to come help, he wasn't aware that he'd agreed to be my carpentry teacher. But all along the way, I would watch him work, and then I'd ask a lot of questions. And I would insist on being able to help. My goal was to learn the basics of what Marlon was doing so that I could quickly step in and do as much of the work as possible myself. And it didn't take long before I felt ready to jump in. At first, it didn't go well. I hung up a piece of drywall on the ceiling of the vocal booth. When Marlon came back, he took it down. He kindly explained what I had done wrong and that it was normal for someone who's new at this work. But I also came up with a plan for the wiring of the booth. It took some creativity, but I got the entire booth wired for power and sound. I was pretty proud. Eventually, I got pretty confident. I would watch Marlon work and then carry on with his work after he left. And by the end, he wasn't undoing my work the next day. So either I learned or he got tired of teaching. I often see people balking at the idea of experts. People don't like the term because they think it suggests a value judgment. It's as if you're saying experts are somehow more important than lay people. And I don't think that at all. I actually just like the idea of trusting experts. Not explicitly, of course. I'm a scientist, so I question everything and everyone. But when I want to understand something in my biological experience, I ask my family doctor. When the pipes in my basement burst, I call a plumber. When I needed a new outlet in a room, I called an electrician because I trust experts. You could call Brock Painting and Staining when you want your woodwork redone. And as you can see, we might even get the job done. But if you want it done right, you better call somebody who does it for a living. Call someone who's put in the reps. I love to learn. Any chance I get, I'll learn a new skill. I've studied music and photography, film and psychology, sociology. I've studied kung fu and fly fishing. And each time the process is the same. Start by watching a master and then slowly work your way to proficiency through repetition of the skill. Practice. That's the formula for mastering something. I finished up the easy stuff. I hung a monitor, I painted the walls. And soon enough, a 20-year-old dream came true. I named the isolation booth the Woodshed. Jazz musicians everywhere know exactly what that means. Because if you want to be expert at this thing, there's only one way to do it. Practice. I'll be in the woodshed if you need me.